Looks like we got a few more coming in. So at 1.2, we're going to do a little bit of a roll call, and I will call out your club and then just make sure that you're unmuted and identify yourself and your position within your club. So we all can sort of get to know one another in our faces. If anybody has the opportunity to rename themselves, I don't know if you want to put your club's name or whatever, you can do that if you want.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, it's just, let me see. So if you click the little three dots, sort of next to the upper right-hand corner, I don't know, it's like on my box here. I'm just going to say Jill Core, Zone 2 Rep, and then rename. So if you go to the little box where your photo is and up kind of upper left, you'll see three little dots. Click on those little dots. And you can write, there you go, Judy put Newport. There you go. Just put the name of your club if you like. Hi, Susan. Wildridge and Susan Walker. Good to see you guys. All right. So Susan, is Debbie going to make it? Do you know?
I'm here.
She said she was going to, yep.
Is Debbie
I'm here.
here? Yay. Oh, hi, Debbie. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Nice to see you guys. All right, so I think we're just going to get started in the interest of time. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of you here, our club presidents who have joined the club, who have joined the Zoom along with our club award chair. So welcome, everyone. We may as well just get started. And I just want to say initially that awards is a great job to have because you guys are all responsible for making members feel very valued by your club and by the GCA. We have to remember that none of us are paid for these jobs. The thousands of hours that our club members spend working toward the mission of both their clubs and the GCA should not go unnoticed. And by granting recognition through club, zone, and national awards, it's a way to keep and honor our valued members and the organizations by which we affiliate with. The GCA offers awards in virtually all of our club's interests, and GCA awards especially offer a legacy of recognition among our members. Open up anybody's profile on the GCA website, and if a GCA award has been bestowed, you're going to see it right there listed. In summary, GCA provides a lasting national recognition, no matter at what level your award was bestowed. So since we have lots of club award chairs here, club presidents on this Zoom, I would like to do a quick run through with introductions. I'm going to call out your club. And if you are here, please say your name and the position within your club. Before I do that, though, I would like to mention that I have some distinguished guests on this Zoom call, and I'd like to introduce them now. Debbie Murray presently serves as Zone Chair for Club Presidents. Hi, Debbie. Debbie's here, and Susan Wildridge serves as Zone Chair for Club Committees. So hi, Susan, thanks for coming. I think that Betty Snellings, who is co-chair of the GCA 2024 annual meeting, is here, hopefully, maybe she'll be late. And Nancy Kalal, also co-chair of the GCA 2024 annual meeting. So welcome everyone. So let's start with Connecticut Valley. Are you guys, is anybody here from Connecticut Valley?
Jan Tracy Awards.
Hi, Jan. Fairfield?
Claire Vanderberg Awards, and Candace is waving. Candace and I
Hi,
are
guys.
Hi, Jan.
co-chairs.
Thank you, guys. Darien?
Mary Rooney, and I'm a co-president. We're hoping that our awards chair will be joining us.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you and welcome. Hartford?
I'm Katie Nixon. I'm vice president standing in for our president who couldn't be here.
Okay, thanks for coming. New Haven? Nobody from New Haven? Okay. Green Fingers?
Teresa O'Neill from Awards Chair.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi.
Greenwich?
Yes, oh, sorry.
Or Greenwich, Patricia Lovejoy, and they call it medals and awards in the Greenwich Garden Club.
Okay, great. Thank you and welcome. Hortulus?
And Lisa Hurst from
Oh, hi,
Greenwich.
Lisa.
Oh, Lisa, I didn't see you. Hi.
Hey. Hi. Hortulus?
Oh, hi, I'm Bridget Bucknell, President, Borderless, and our two awards chairs are traveling, so they're not going to be here today.
I got their emails, so thank you for that. And thank you for being here. Litchfield? Okay, actually, I got a note from Litchfield. They couldn't make it today. Middletown?
Judy Schoonmaker, hi.
Hi.
I'm a new awards chair, and I'm going to kind of lean on the past very veteran awards chairman who has done job for many years, Melanie Jamay. So
Fantastic.
and Patsy Hoffer as well. So here we go.
Okay,
Thanks.
great. Well, welcome. You're more than welcome.
Thanks.
And I am going to be going through a review of all the awards, so hopefully the information that you learned today will be useful to you. New Canaan? Nobody from, okay. Newport?
Yes, Judy Tisdall from Newport.
Hi, Judy.
How are you?
Perennial planters? Oops, was somebody else? from-
Jill, it's Caroline Garrity. I don't know why my picture is not showing up, but I'm sorry. I'm here.
And actually, one of our co-presidents was here for a bit, Leslie Feria.
I'm still
great.
here. Thanks,
Oh,
Judy.
there you are.
Yes,
There you are.
Okay.
Thank
great.
you.
Just click on kind of the lower left corner on video.
Yeah, I know. It has an orange triangle there. And so when I click on there, it says open system preferences. I don't know.
Oh, boy. Okay, well,
Sorry.
that's okay. We see your name, and if you have any questions, just speak up. Did we say perennial planters, or were we just perennial planters? Nobody here? Okay, Richfield? I know we
Hi.
got somebody. Richfield.
Yeah, I'm on mute. Hi, I'm Roz Hooley. I'm first vice president, and this is my first time doing awards.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Mine too, as zone rep, so we'll learn together.
Good.
Sasqua?
Hi, I'm Jennifer Downing and I'm awards.
Okay, welcome. South County of Rhode Island? Okay. Stonington, that's,
Hi, Deb Dodds, Awards Chair.
okay. Deb is our former president, and I'm also from Stonington, by the way. Stamford? Okay, and Washington.
Stanford, Mary Ann Pollock.
Welcome. And Washington?
Oh, she's got it. She's on mute.
Okay. Is there a name? Because I don't see it.
Whoever's from Washington, you need to unmute yourself.
Okay, well, we've got somebody from Washington. We'll call her later. Thank you. Well, anyway, so thank you again, you guys. So if you'd like to all mute yourself now, it looks like most of us are muted.
Can I just interrupt for a second, Jan Tracy
Absolutely.
from Connecticut Valley? We have several other members on that didn't get a chance to say hello.
Oh, well, we'd like to meet them.
Hi, Sally McGovern. I'm co-chair with Jan.
Hi, Sally.
And I'm Susan Walker. I'm not on the awards committee, but I'm on civic relations, and I know there's some civic relation awards, so I'm tuning in for that sort of information.
Fantastic. Welcome. Okay, anybody else?
Susan Delp joined. She's a co-president of the Garden Club of Darien.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. So today I'm going to familiarize you with all aspects of the GCA Award Committee page, from national medals to club awards. My goal is to not only familiarize you with the overall details of how to submit a proposal for an award, but to take you to the website landing page and point you toward the submission forms, the dates for submissions, and at the end, answer any questions that you may have about the process. The meeting is being, as you know, recorded for future reference and sharing. And I think I mentioned earlier, I'll hold that recording for a couple of weeks, and then I may need to delete it if I have to record anything else, because there's a limit to that. It is impossible for me to include everything there is to know about awards in 1 hour, but hopefully this Zoom will point you to where you need to go on the website when you start your process of awards candidates, from the club to the national level. And again, we will save time at the end for questions, so take notes. And if I can't answer them, I'm sure that Debbie or Susan or Betty or Nancy can answer them for me. So thanks again for being here. So we're going to start with the review of the awards landing page, and we are going to work our way through, beginning with the national medals. It's important for all of us to be familiar with the awards categories, all of these awards categories, since the GCA annual meeting will be held in Hartford, Connecticut on April 25th to the 29th, 2024, and it's hosted by our zone, Zone 2. And I would love nothing more than to have medalists, honorary members of GCA presented at this meeting that have been nominated and that have come from Zone 2. At this juncture, we have a few national medalist candidates under consideration and conversation from Zone 2, although not formally submitted yet. So I want to motivate all of you to put on your thinking caps and to move forward with your proposals of deserving recipients. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Form a little committee, grab a friend, make it fun by engaging other club members to help. One important note that I'll mention here is please pay attention to the deadlines for letters of intent to propose awards candidates and the deadlines for final portfolio submissions. And I will review these momentarily, and I'll repeat it a couple of times. Secondly, our Zone 2 meeting is scheduled for September 14th, 2023, and it will be entitled All Ashore, sponsored by Green Fingers Garden Club in Greenwich. Maybe at the end, you guys want to say a little something about that. We'd love to have you talk a bit. Thirdly, many of our clubs hold our annual meetings in the spring, and there will be deadlines for awards submissions to be aware of in this category as well. So let's get started with the review of all of our award candidates. And I'm going to share my screen now, and we'll start with the awards landing page. So I'm going to share my screen. And where am I? This is the members page. And if you click on GCA committee pages, we're going to go straight to the awards landing page. So first, let's look at the GCA awards directory. I'm going to click on this now in that resource block. And here you're going to find all of the GCA awards that it bestows on deserving recipients. As you can see, there are many. The national, the zone, the club, and special awards are all listed here. Somebody needs to mute. All listed here with links to their descriptions. Please review the various categories of awards, and we're going to review and start with the national medals. Each of these award titles links to a detailed description of the award and the proposal form. You'll see a photo of the award and other information. So let's just click on one of these awards. Let's just say the Cynthia Pratt Laughlin Award. You'll see the beautiful medal that the recipient will receive, what this award recognizes, and you will see a submit a proposal form. So all of that information is listed in addition to previous winners. Now we're going to go back to the directory. Note that there are 19 total awards. The GCA awards up to 10 medals a year, and they are presented at the annual meeting to nationally or internationally recognized leaders in their fields of study or achievement. As you can see, from floral design to garden restoration, from rose culture to conservation education, these awards are as varied and prestigious as their recipients. Winners have included Rachel Carson, the PepsiCo Corporation, the US Green Building, the Rockefeller family, Mrs. Lyndon Baines Johnson, and Walt Disney. Visionaries all, passionate and influential, these men and women and organizations leave and have left a lasting impact on the issues that are most important to the Garden Club of America. So it's important to understand the level of achievement required for all of these national award recipients. All of the medalists for the GCA annual meeting in 2023 have been decided, and the medalists have been contacted at this juncture. So we are good to go for 2023, but we now look toward 2024 in Hartford. The categories of national medals. So let's go back to the landing page. And by clicking on National Medals at a Glance in this second resource block, here you're going to see the title of the medal, who is eligible, and what the medal recognizes. Again, there are 19 categories for submission. You'll have the option to choose which category or categories your candidate fits best, but the National Committee reserves the right to put your candidate perhaps in another category if your choice is already filled or that they feel the candidate fits better in a different category. This, of course, provides a better opportunity for your candidate to receive an award. And please make this note. I'm going to say this again a couple of times. The intent to propose a national medal form is due for that 2024 meeting by February 1st of 2023, 1 year before the meeting. That means for the annual meeting in 2024, a letter of intent to propose is due this coming February 2023, and that's only a few months away. The National Medal Proposal Portfolio, that's the full portfolio, including the GCA National Medal Proposal Form, will be due May 1st of the year preceding the year that the medal is to be presented. That means that the candidate's full portfolio is due May 1st, 2023, and that's about 6 months away. So let's go back to the landing page. And just below national medals, you will see this next little link entitled Instructions and Forms to Propose a Candidate for the GCA National Medal. If I click on that, here you will see in exceptional detail everything you need to know to complete the process of proposing a candidate. And I encourage you to read this as it contains important information, including the following: who may propose a candidate. The proposer must be a club or a club member. It talks about candidate eligibility. You can refer to the National Medals at a Glance for this, and you can also click on the award itself under the awards directory. It refers to developing your list of potential letter writers. You will require 8 total letters, 1 proposer, 2 seconding letters, and 5 supporting letters. The next section is submitting your intent to propose. You're going to need the names of all your letter writers when you submit your intent to propose your candidate. Your letter writers can write only 1 letter of support each year. So the earlier you get your letter of intent in, the better chance you'll have to maintain your letter writer list. You will not need the letters at that point, like on February 1st, and you may not contact your letter writers themselves at that point. Your letter of intent needs to be approved by the National Committee before you are allowed to contact your letter writers. Next section is whom to communicate throughout the process, and that would be me. I've already had several conversations and Zoom calls with various clubs around our zone. My job is to be here for you and to answer your questions. And if I don't know the answer to your question, I will find it for you. Submitting the full portfolio. Remember that it's due by May 1st. And this also contains any additional information, such as when the National Award Committee votes, and information about resubmitting your candidate if he or she is not chosen for the year you submit. You can resubmit your candidate 2 additional times, and many of our proposers have done just that. So just because a candidate isn't chosen one year, you are very much encouraged to resubmit. It just could have been a numbers game that year. Maybe there were too many, but it does absolutely not mean that your candidate is not deserving. So I highly encourage you, if you've got somebody out there and they didn't make it, consider resubmitting, and I can help you with that.
Jill, I have a question. When you say resubmit, does that mean a whole new application with 8 new letters, or you're resubmitting the same exact application with maybe an updated letter from the proposer?
You can resubmit. Debbie, can you help me on this? I don't know if a letter of intent would be required. I don't think so. Debbie, do you know the answer to that?
It depends on the application and what happened. If it was somebody that got turned down the year before, you would relook at the application and see if you could make it stronger based on what the committee came back to you and said. So sometimes it's really resubmittal of the entire application as it was, because maybe there were too many people submitted or whatever. And sometimes they'll say to you, you should make this stronger with some component that you need to make it stronger. And you might update the letter proposal a little bit, and then you might change one of your letter writers. It just depends on the circumstances.
Yeah,
Okay, so you do get specific feedback.
absolutely.
Yes, you definitely do.
Absolutely. We had discussed one candidate at the last awards meeting I attended in New York. And, you know, it was a very, very strong candidate, and they highly suggested resubmitting, and they were hoping that that candidate would be resubmitted because it was really just a matter of they needed a couple stronger letters. And I will say too, international letters are important. I mean, what the contributions are very, very important. I mean, that the contributions are, and they need strong letter writers, not just within our state, but if we can reach out beyond our zone and find influential people across the US to write a letter, I think that that will definitely enhance the chances. Would you agree with that, Debbie?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's actually really important that you have support from across the nation and other places too, because it is a national medal. So you want people to support it from across the country also.
Without a doubt. Thank you.
Mhm.
If we scroll down to the bottom of this page, we're going to see 3 links. The first one is the intent to propose form, and the second is the GCA National Medalist Proposal Form. The third link is the checklist for the National Medalist Proposals. And I am going to click on that actually, because I want to show this to you briefly, because it outlines the basic requirements for submission and the deadlines. It's a handy checklist with all of the required components for a successful submission. Okay, so if we go back to the landing page, also included in this resource block is a sample of a national medalist portfolio for reference. I highly encourage you to read that. In addition to the winners, the 2022 National GCA medalists. And then this last little link is the 2023 medalist portfolios. This is obviously a restricted file because it's still kept confidential. All right, so we're going to go down to the next resource block titled Honorary Members. Each year, the GCA recognizes men and women with an established teaching or lecture reputation in horticulture or conservation, or with knowledge and interest in the purposes of the Garden Club of America with an honorary membership. The GCA bylaws read, honorary members shall be persons of distinction who are not, nor have ever been, members of any club of the GCA. So that's one big differentiation. Qualifications for admission, procedures for election, and privileges pertaining to such members shall be determined by the executive board and set forth in the standing rules and policies. So let's click first on proposal deadlines and checklist. This contains important information on when your intent letters and the full portfolios are due. To review, the intent to propose an honorary member form is due February 1st of the year preceding the year that the membership is to be bestowed. February 1st, same as national medals. The honorary member proposal portfolio, full portfolio, is due June 1st of the year preceding the year that the membership is to be bestowed. So that's 1 month later than national medals. So in summary, the national medal intent letters and the honorary member intent letters are both due February 1st. And the National Medal full portfolios are due May 1st, and the honorary member portfolios are due June 1st. And that's all 2023 for that 2024 meeting. So we're going to X out of this. Oh, I need to move you guys. All right. The intent to propose a GCA honorary member form is also listed here, this link to that. And what that form is going to ask for is the name of your candidate, the name of the proposing club and their zone, the name of contacts from the proposing club, a brief description of the candidate, other information about the candidate, like whether they've received a GCA medal before. And also note that it's required that you have your club's executive board approve of this prior to submitting the intent. The honorary member proposal form is next. That link requires you to fill in sections digitally and upload your letters, along with endorsing letters, the CV of your candidate, and all of the other supporting data. And you can upload all of that directly to the form. It will ask for a proposing letter from the proposing club, a secondary letter from the seconding club, CV of the candidate, and 4 endorsing letters, plus optional materials in the proposal form, including photos, video links, et cetera, et cetera. Let's just take a quick look at a sample honorary member proposal. This is what it looks like, and we're just going to zip up here. And this was for Dr. William Friedman from Harvard University. It lists initially the proposing club, the seconding garden club, and 4 supporting letters. Here's a CV of the candidate at the time, along with the checklist. And then if you scroll down, these are all of our letters from the proposal, the secondary letter, and then the 4 letters of support. And then if we keep scrolling down, we will see the full CV of our candidate. I'm starting here, Dr. Friedman, and this is several pages. Most of these will be several pages, I'm sure. Scroll, 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 scroll down. I think we have a picture of him here. And here he is. Oh, wait a minute, did we miss him? We got a picture of him somewhere. I don't know, maybe it's down here. And then we have copies of things he wrote, publications, scientific articles, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, here he is. This is Dr. Friedman. And we keep going, scrolling down, 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 down. Other articles, more articles of importance, et cetera, et cetera. And that's about the end of it. So this one I think was 30 pages. So they're quite hefty by the time you get finished with everything. So that's essentially what it looks like. And you can also see here in this resource block, a list of the directory of current honorary members in memoriam, and a complete list of the GCA honorary members from 1916 to the present, the 2022 honorary members, and then the 23 proposals, which is a restricted file. Now we're going to slide down to the next resource block titled Club and Zone Award and Commendation Proposal Process. So let's focus next on the zone awards at a glance. Zone awards are given to deserving recipients at the Zone 2 meeting, which will be held September 14th, 2023, and sponsored by Green Fingers Garden Club in Greenwich. You will note at the top of this list that the awards need to be submitted 3 months before the meeting. That means the deadline for submission for zone awards will be June 14th, 2023. One point to be made clear here is that zone awards and club awards for that matter are divided into 2 categories, zone awards and club commendations. The first part of this list describes zone awards, which recognize achievement in 12 areas, including civic improvement, conservation, floral design, horticulture, so on and so on. These awards are presented to a GCA member or more than one GCA member, or a club, or an approved judge. The second part of this list describes zone commendations, which recognize one or more, let me see, where are they? Which recognize one or more individuals or an organization who are not members of a GCA club. And this is also true for club awards. The categories are varied, and they include civic improvement, communications, conservation, garden history and design, historic preservation, hort, and photography. Note that each award, whether it be an award or a commendation, will require supporting letters. Most require one proposal letter and one seconding letter, but pay attention to this requirement and make sure that you follow it exactly. And also make sure you get your executive board's approval before you make these nominations. The two top awards here are the Creative Leadership Award and the Zone Appreciation Award. And I was wondering, Debbie and Susan, if you guys could explain these to us. Maybe Debbie, talk to us just a little bit about the Creative Leadership Award.
The Creative Leadership Award is the top award given by the GCA at the zone level. That's something that Susan and I kind of discussed together, and it would be somebody who's very high up sort of on the exec level, who's done a lot of leadership within our zone and within the GCA and taken on a bunch of different roles. It's usually something that's pretty evident. We haven't given a Creative Leadership Award in Zone 2. I think it's like, I think Debbie Edwards might have been the last recipient, so maybe it's four or so years ago. It's something that they're trying to give more often, just to recognize the people who are giving a lot at the top level. And that's that, I guess. The Zone Appreciation Award is given by, again, it's something that Susan and I discussed together. There's a small committee that votes on that, and that's Susan and me and Jill. And the Creative Leadership Award, I can't remember who votes for that. Do you remember, Susan? I don't remember.
No, I don't know. We can find out, but no.
But it's not that, that's not important. The Zone Appreciation Award is given for people, again, at the zone level, who've done a lot of a big project or done some reason why they should be recognized for the entire zone to appreciate them. So last year for Zone 2, that award was given to the 3 people who were planning on running the annual meeting in 2021 that got canceled, and thanking them for their efforts for that. So it's sort of that level of an award. I think that's it.
All right, Debbie, thank you so much.
And you,
Also-
wait, I'm sorry, wait, one more thing, Jill. If you're thinking about somebody for a Zone Appreciation Award or a Creative Leadership Award, instead of going to Jill, you would come to Susan and or I about it, because it does not go through the traditional path in the GCA, through the directory, and it doesn't get submitted in the same way. It's something that's done off to the side for some reason. So it doesn't have the same procedure as the other ones do.
All right, good, thank you. Also, I think Jennifer Downing is here, and Jennifer contacted me, I think yesterday. And Jennifer's going to tell us a little bit about the Kate Pitney Award that will be awarded at the Zone 2 meeting. Jennifer? Are you here? Jennifer Downing?
Sorry, I just needed to unmute myself.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So I just wanted to quickly mention something about the Kate Pitney Award, which I'm going to be sending everyone a letter about in the coming week. It's a horticulture award that we give each year, Sasco Garden Club. It's an award in memory of Kate Pitney, who was an exceptional horticulturist in our club and made lasting contributions. So the award is given to a Zone 2 Garden Club of America, a member or non-member who's grown houseplants of unusual beauty and condition, and who is an inspiration to others in the joy of growing plants at the home. So if any of your members will fit that description, we'd love for you to submit an application. It just requires a proposer letter and also a seconding letter. And again, I will send out this letter to you, which gives a little bit more detail, but I just wanted to remind people, just so you know that it's coming. That's it.
Okay, Jennifer, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about the proposal process for zone awards and commendations. So we're up into awards. So let's say you're interested in nominating somebody for a zone award. Here's how to do it. You're going to click on the award here, and let's use communications as an example. And you're going to be taken to the page which shows you a beautiful shot of what the award looks like. And then in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the link to submitting a proposal. And then you're going to be taken to the page with all of the necessary information that you will need to understand and fill out the form. So if we scroll down to the bottom, where you're going to see both the zone award proposal form and the zone commendation forms, you will click on the category and you'll be taken to the actual proposal forms. Now, we're going to talk a little bit now about citations. So we're going to go back to the awards landing page, and we're going to go to the resource block, deadlines, citation tips, and GCA style guidelines. That's the citation is the line on the award that reads something like, let me go to these tips for writing citations. This is the line on the award that reads something like, in appreciation for her consistent support and dependable, enthusiastic participation in numerous club events and activities. You will be offered lots of tips on how to write your citations. One important point, and I was told, check your spelling. Make sure the name of your candidate is spelled correctly. And note that only 25 words may be used on, I think, most of these citations. I haven't seen where they allow for more than that. You're going to write the citation in the third person singular possessive pronoun. So you will use she instead of your. You're going to see great examples of citations here that you can copy for your recipient if you feel that they conform to their contributions. You'll also see several examples for citations on years of service. And you'll see links to awards that have been bestowed, and you can use those as a guideline if you like. So that's a good tip. And while we're on this resource block, let's click on Deadlines at a Glance. It's going to take you to a one-page resource that lists the deadline for the national medals down to the club certificates. So good, handy to know. Let's go back to the, let me see, X out of here. And we're going to go back to this resource block, club and zone award and commendation proposal process. And let's click on club awards and commendations at a glance. And here you're going to see three categories. You're going to see awards for our members. You'll see commendations for non-members, and you'll see certificates, which include certificates for years of service. And they don't really, I was told they don't really consider those awards, but rather certificates. So whatever that's worth. So let's pretend we're going to nominate somebody from our club for an award. And let's just let's choose the Hort Award. And let's just go to that. So it shows you a beautiful picture of what this award will look like and will be mailed to you and what it recognizes. And let's pretend we're going to submit a proposal. So if we click the submit a proposal, we're going to be taken to this page with all of the information we need to know. You got to read it all. And then below it are instructions for commendations. Well, that doesn't apply to the Hort Award. That's a commendation. And then you'll see the forms below. Club award proposal form, club commendation proposal form. This is a club award. Now you'll be taken to this form. You're going to select here what award, which award it is, and your date of presentation. Let's just pretend it's like June 6th, okay, or July 6th, and the award candidate. Since nobody in their right mind would ever nominate me for this award, I'm just going to nominate myself here. And what you see here is it just defaults right to my name. And this helps with spelling as well, in case you have any problems with that. Let's see, if you enter your club, Stonington Garden Club. Again, it takes you right to the club and you click on it and that fills in perfectly. And then you'll include your citation here and your proposal letter. And if you, let's see, the proposing club. Now, let's pretend I am proposing myself, because again, nobody in their right mind would propose me for this award. So I'm just going to type my name in here and I'm going to click on that. But what that does is that fills in the information on where that award will be mailed. So easy peasy, that's how you do it. The process for submitting a member of any of these awards or commendations is similar to the zone awards, but club awards are due 2 months prior to the club's presentation dates. And we all have annual meetings that, you know, kind of happen throughout the year. So please bear that in mind. If you present at your annual meeting that's, let's say, scheduled for May 15th, your proposal will be due March 15th. And
Jill, just a question. So when you're filling out this form, you can't save it. You have to fill it all out in one shot, correct?
I think you need to fill it all. I don't know, Debbie, can you?
There's no option. Doesn't look like there's an option.
It doesn't look like you can save it. Like on a national medal, you can save your work because it's several pages. But I think this is a one-stop shop, right, Debbie?
I think so.
Yeah.
The other thing, I just want to say, like up further up the page, Jill, where you have the line for the candidate's name, you would have to type in there exactly how you want it to appear below there.
So
how you want it to appear on the certificate.
So let's say I want to use my middle name.
Right.
I'm going to put Jill Ann Court, and that's what will be presented. Right. Or that's what will be printed on the. So thank you for that. I forgot to mention that. Yeah. So.
But I think, Deb, I think that you do have to be ready with your letter, and you would probably put the letter in a Word document and then drop it into place here.
Yes.
And put your citation in and have it all set and then submit it.
Yeah, and I just want to read this because this is a little different. Portfolios no longer require a separately submitted proposal letter. Instead, please type detailed information concerning the candidate's qualification for this award in the space provided. Address your letters to Barbara Kehoe. So yeah, one-stop shop. Make sure you've got your citation ready, check your spelling, and I think that's about it. I am going to cancel this out right away. One additional feature at the bottom of this document, oh darn it, is reviews club certificates. Note that a certificate is not an award, and the years of service certificates are thus. The years of service certificates begin at 25 years, and they are awarded every 5 years after that. Citations for each certificate may be up to 25 words. And remember this, that the club name and the number of years of service should not be stated on the certificate like in the citation, because it will be actually be stated on the award itself. So that's pretty much my presentation. And I do want to end by saying thank you to all of you as leaders of your club. I'm going to stop sharing now. As leaders of your clubs, because you are more than aware of the amount of time and the effort that both is going to be required for our September zone meeting and our 2024 annual meeting. I know that probably many of us are on these committees and we've got a lot of work cut out for us, but I want to thank you for recognizing the efforts of the members of your clubs. And I do hope very much that you'll support them. And I want you to know that I am here to support you. So thank you, everyone. Does anybody else? Oh, here's Betty Snelling. Hi, Betty. Would anybody like to say anything? You got Betty and Nancy here. Betty, you guys have anything to say about our 2024 meeting? You're muted, honey. There
We're
you go.
excited about co-chairing it. We're putting together a wonderful team. Many of you have chosen to join us. If any of you want to join us, we'd love to hear from you. And in your positions in your club, we do hope and we know that you will look for those members of Zone 2 who could be honorary members or medalists to be presented at our meeting. It will be mighty fun to be sitting in that awards dinner and having these people from Zone 2 recognized. So thank you for your efforts. I've done both, and I'm more than happy to help anyone with their proposal or their writing. It sounds daunting, but it's not as bad as you think. So
Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. Is Nancy here? Oh, Nancy, you're muted, dear.
No, I think Betty said it all. We're excited, and it really would be fun if you could come up with some wonderful candidates for awards and medals. And, you know, we're trying to showcase Zone 2 to the rest of the club.
Awesome.
The rest of the membership. So thank you.
How about green fingers for our zone meeting? Is Teresa? You're muted. You're muted, Teresa.
I know. I'm not
Okay.
great.
Yeah. Okay. So I am not part of the committee for the Zone 2 award meeting that is going to take place a year from now, September, I guess, of 23. But I do know at board meetings, there's discussions about lovely activities that are being planned for everybody who is a guest at the meeting. So.
All right. Well, thank you. Does anyone else have anything to add or report from your club?
Can I just say one, Jill,
Go
can I
ahead.
just say one more thing? A couple more things, actually. I just wanted to quickly go over the Medal of Merit and the Club Appreciation Award. They're just, when you send those in, and those are very popular, a lot of people send them in, they have to be voted on ahead of time by the executive board of your club. And that has to be written in your letter of your proposal letter. If it isn't written, it'll get returned to you and you'll have to go back in and rewrite the letter and put that the executive board approves it. So just do that for yourselves ahead of time for those 2 awards. And the other thing I just wanted to quickly say something about honorary members, because I believe that Zone 2 only has 2 active honorary members. We had 2 more, but they've gone emeritus. So we are the lowest by far of the 12 zones of honorary members. So it would be great to it really would be great to get a few people in this year.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you for that, Debbie. And also on the national medal level, you know, we are having conversations with clubs. We have some really, really awesome candidates. However, no formal letter of intent has been sent in yet. So I think we should all be cognizant of that. Let's put our heads together. Let's work together. I'm here. Debbie was the previous awards rep. Betty before Debbie. You got lots of help. We're here with you. Anybody else have any comments or questions?
Can I ask a question? If you're thinking about nominating someone for the national award, when do you tell your board that you're working on that?
Well, you need to get board approval. I would say right away, because you need to have executive board approval before you make before you send in any letter of intent.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Roz Hooley from Ridgefield Garden Club. How do you decide whether a candidate is right for a national medal versus an honorary membership? Or is that something that you would help us with?
You know, I think we can help you with that. And I think that that's an excellent question. I've only been to 2 meetings in New York and reviewing candidates, but from my understanding is this: an honorary member is someone that has more of an academic background. An honorary member would be somebody, and please, you guys correct me if I'm wrong in this, somebody who has maybe visited a number of clubs in the zone, who has a lot of academic expertise, who has a ton of publications. We saw the proposal for an honorary member. He came from more of an academic environment. Sounds like he's given many, many lectures. So these are people that we learn from. You know, a national medals was the Rockefeller Foundation. Well, they have done important things on a global level, but we haven't necessarily had them to our club. So this, but then again, keep in mind too, that these honorary members need to have a rather national importance. Okay, so whatever they're lecturing on has to have an effect on you know, in our country or you know, around the world. And you know, maybe they're doing something very, very unique in conservation or horticulture, and they've created something, or they've created a way to do something, and they've publicized that, and you can read their books and you can read their articles, and maybe they visited your club. So that's my understanding of an honorary member. And of course, they're not members of the GCA. A GCA member can receive a national medal, but the honorary members are not members of the GCA. Debbie, you got anything to add to that?
No, I think that's true. Sometimes an honorary member can be a medalist. They can be the same person, but it's just somebody of distinction who we want to extend the privileges of membership to have a closer association with the GCA.
Yeah, and they might be somebody who we know that we can call on at a later date to come speak to our clubs or at his own meeting or something like that. So they're a little bit more accessible to us. This is my understanding.
Jill?
Hey, Jill.
Oh, sorry.
Rennie?
No, go ahead, Rennie. That's okay.
Actually, it's Judy. I know somehow that name's been stuck there for months. My husband. I just want to thank you for elucidating. I think the website looks very complete and very clear. I'm looking forward to delving into this with some experienced members of my club. And I want to say hi to Betty, who, when we had our zone meeting a few years ago, was a right-hand, left-hand person who we could not have done our meeting without. And but thank you, Jill, very much. It's exciting. It's very exciting.
My pleasure. It's really my honor to be with all of you leaders. Trust me on this. And I do want to reiterate too, if you have a candidate in mind, you know, get that letter of intent in soon with your letter writer list. And here's why. You may want the committee, the national committee chair from, let's say, NAL, okay, or conservation, to write a letter for your candidate. It's a first come, first serve, and they can only write one letter. So get that letter of intent. And if your letter gets in before another club or another zone, then you get that person, you'll be able to get that person to write a letter for your candidate. And those are strong letters from the national chairs. Debbie?
Patricia. So you also said that you cannot tell the person that you're asking to write the letter, you cannot ask them to write the letter. So how do you line them up if you can't ask them?
You know, that's a very good question. And I had to write the vice chair of our national award committee on that one. I said, that makes no sense to me. I'm not going to put, you know, Joe Blow's name down here without, but the deal is this, you can't contact your letter writers. Now, maybe they'll say no, you know, after you're approved, but you cannot contact them until your letter of intent has been approved by the national committee. That's the rule.
So then you could submit additional names if they say no, or is the whole thing thrown out?
No, I would certainly presume so, that you would pick additional names. And I think it's those national committee chairs that are probably going to be duplicated. You know, maybe others not so much, but I think those are the individuals that will probably be duplicated. So again, get it in as soon as you can. And you know, it's going to save you too, because you don't have to get the letters. You just need to come up with your names. So.
Hey, Jill, I have one more question for you. I had heard that the member years of service certificates were maybe going to be printed at home.
Yes, they are. Then they are going to be printed at home, and they're going to send out the details on how to print them. They don't want you just printing them off your computer on cheap paper. They're going to tell you basically how to print them. So
that's
yeah,
but for those who haven't done this job before, that's a huge advantage, because in the last couple of years, there's been a real backlog in getting them.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to sort of go to Kinko's and get a certain paper and have it printed a little bit more professionally, but you can get them whenever you want, which will make a big difference for all of you. It'll be much
Yes.
easier.
Thank you very much for bringing that up. And that's exactly why they're doing it that way this year.
So
the
in that
other
case,
awards-
they would be sending us like a PDF of the finished document and we take it somewhere to print it.
Yeah, but it will look just like the award. So but instead of GCA printing it, we'll ask our clubs to print it. But once again, make sure you print it on good, solid bond. Judy?
My understand.
Could I ask a question? Judy Tisdall. All set? How do you verify the years of service?
I'm gonna ask.
Because they don't have it at headquarters.
We've got a lot of club presidents on this call. How do you guys verify years of service? Deb, how did we do that? We've had some years of service.
We just go back into our archives and find out when the member joined. A lot of clubs make it easy. In your directory, they've got their name, their address, their phone, and all that information, and then the year they joined. So that makes it super easy.
Now, you can also go on the GCA profile. So if I put in Judy Tisdale on the GCA, it's going to show you what year you joined GCA. Generally, that's the same year.
It's actually, it's a very selfish question because it's for me.
Oh.
And I've changed clubs. So Newport doesn't have that information. So I'm just curious about how that all should happen.
Okay.
So thanks.
That's a very good question. Thank you for that. Debbie, did you have a question? Another question? No, you got your little hand thing up. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we are 4 minutes from 5 o'clock. I love prompt meetings. So thank you guys very much. Please don't hesitate. I mean, I've talked to 3 or 4 clubs so far. We've had great conversations. I'm happy to go through the landing page with you if you want to review it again. And because we're recording this meeting, I'm going to send out another email to everyone, and I will link you to this meeting so you can share it with those friends and other folks from your club that were unable to attend today. So thank you again.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jill. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jill.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.